Hi, today I'm gonna do my task 10. Part 1. Read the words. Car, American, scarf, carpet, ticket, scooter, cuckoo, pocket, sky, cup of coffee, school. Of course, because, like, look, milk, plastic, talk, work, ask, gold, goat, girl, glass, bag, sit, Sam, Saturday, Sunday, sailing, sensible, outside, seaside, zoo, z, zip, buzz, peace, prize. Part 2. Read this story. I'm Sanger Rainford of New York. Rainsford began again. I fell off a yacht. I'm hungry. The man's only answer was to rise, with his thumb the hammer of his revolver. Then Rainsford saw the man's free hand to go his forehead in a military salute, and he saw him click his heels together and stand at attention. Another man was coming down the broad marble steps, an erect, slender man in evening clothes. He advanced to Rainsford and held out his hand. In a cultivated voice marked by a slight accent that gave it added precision and deliberateness, he said, It's a very great pleasure and honor to welcome Mr. Sanger Ransford, the celebrated hunter, to my home. Automatically, Ransford shook the man's hand. I've read your book about hunting snow leopards in Tibet. You see, explained the man, I'm General Zerov. Ransford's the first impression was that the man was singularly handsome. His second was that there was an original, almost bizarre quality about the general's face. He was a tall man past middle age, for his hair was a vivid white, but his thick eyebrows and pointed military mustache were as black as the night from which Ransford had come. His eyes, too, were black and very bright. He had high cheekbones, a sharp-cut nose, a spare, dark face, the face of a man used to giving orders, the face of an aristocrat. Turning to the giant in uniform, the general made a sign. The giant put away his pistol, saluted, withdrew. Ivan is an incredibly strong fellow, remarked the general, but he has the misfortune to be deaf and dumb, a simple fellow, but I'm afraid, like all his race, a bit of a savage. He is Russian? He's a Cossack, said the general, and his mouth showed red lips and pointed teeth. So am I. Come, he said. We shouldn't be chatting here. We can talk later. Now you want clothes, food, rest. You shall have them. This is a most restful spot. Ivan had reappeared, and the general spoke to him with lips that moved, but gave forth no sound. Follow Ivan, if you please, Mr. Rainford, said the general. I was about to have my dinner when you came. I'll wait for you. You'll find that my clothes will fit you, I think. Part 3. Read this news. Born a year after the September 11, 2001 attacks, Ismatullah Omari grew up to despise America. At 12, he was trained by the Taliban to plant roadside bombs. At 16, he was attacking military convoys near Bagram airfield, the largest U.S. military base in Afghanistan and the epicenter of America's longest war. Now, Omari triumphantly stands guard at one of Bagram's entrance. The Americans are gone, but the 19-year-old still doesn't understand why they came in the first place. Once, he saw a video of planes hitting two buildings on a date he can't recall, he said. But no one told me the story about what happened. Thousands of Americans who were either toddlers, infants, or born after 9/11 joined the US military to serve their nation, combat terrorism, and foster democracy in Afghanistan. They included 11 of the 13 US service members killed in a bombing by an Islamic State affiliate at Kabul's airport in August during the last day of America's two-decade-long conflict. In Afghanistan, a parallel generation of Taliban fighters battled the Americans, their lives also distinctly shaped by the 9/11 attacks. Many were children when they first tasted war, trading their childhood for what they were told was their duty in Muslims. But they grew up in the world where the 9/11 attacks were either obscured or misrepresented in their lives. It was an alternate universe where a lost generation of rural Afghan youths had few opportunities and never benefited from billions of dollars in Western and money that elevated the lives of countless Afghans. Filling the void were Islamic schools known as madrasas that shaped the minds of future young Taliban fighters. Their learning and their childhoods inevitably cut short by the lure of jihad or holy war. The Washington Post interviewed 19 young Taliban fighters from 7 parts of the country, all born between 2000 and 2003, to see what motivated a generation to take up arms against US forces when it had no memory of the 1990s Taliban movement or its ouster in 2001 after the attacks of September 11. What does their future look like in a new Afghanistan?